achieve all that we have for today and even beyond. And at the end of it, we'll have every cause to give glory unto your holy name. For in Jesus' mighty name we've prayed. Amen. All right, my name is Olajido Divine, and I would like everybody to introduce themselves so that I will know you by name. Okay, sorry, what's your name?
My name is Peter Adam Chinobi.
Mr. Peter. Okay, just pass the mic.
Okorie Amarachi.
Okay, Mrs. Victoria.
Okorie Amarachi.
Okay, Mrs. Amarachi, that's fine.
Chukwemeka Obundu.
Okay, Mr. Chukwemeka.
Okay, Emmanuel Analaba.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel. You're all welcome. So, without wasting much of our time, I also want to ask a good question, which I always ask my students. Why did they choose UI UX? Start from him, please. Let me just ask. Why did they choose UI UX? Because they had the options of okay, you can increase it a bit. Yeah, thank you. Well, you have the options of cybersecurity, web development, graphics design, and all. So why did they choose UI UX?
It's something I've always wanted to learn, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's something that you always want to learn before now, before the opportunity. Okay. All right. Let me hear from Mrs. Amarachi. Okay, you don't have any reason. You just did 1, 2, 3, and you just choose the new one from it. Okay, Peter.
So is another advanced.
Me myself, by the grace of God, I have 6 years of experience in UI UX design, and I will use UI UX design to do a banner for you. You won't know. That's the work of a graphic designer. That they get. I will use UI UX to do a product design for you. You won't know. That's still the work of a graphic designer. Then I'll still use UI UX to do my own UI UX work as well. So find it in general to do graphics. That's design. Did you get? So UI UX is beyond just the name, user interface, and user experience design that we seems it to be. It's beyond that. It goes beyond that, far beyond that, and is one of the top digital selling course now. The definition and our first 2 classes, that's today and Thursday, right? Yeah. So it's just going to be more of definitions, trying to understand what UI means, trying to know what UX means, and trying to do some definitions. Then after that, by next week, then we move down to pure practicals. It's just full-time practicals. It's not, there's nothing like PDF notes. Yes, of course, I'm going to send it to the group. Everybody can have it there, but just more of practicals. And please feel free, if you have question at any time, any point in time, don't wait until maybe after the class. No. Yeah. My slide said the last slide will be questions and answers. No, you don't have to wait till the end of the class. As we're going through, you don't understand anything, you want more explanation and clarification, just let me know. Right? All right. Let me move on to my slide, please. this is just my slide. Please pardon the whole transactions and animations that you're going to be seeing. Yeah. So we're taking the complete guide on how to learn UI design. So I'm splitting it into two, and the reason why I'm splitting it into two is for you to understand what the UI is and what the UX is. Did you understand? Yeah. Then later on, we're going to combine them together because they are one. Understand? Because you can't be a UI designer without knowing the UX aspect, and you can't be a UX designer without knowing the UI aspect. And they have, apart for them being brothers, they have one thing missing. That's the researcher. Now, if you check for most of those foreign jobs we have, you will see they're looking for a UI designer. You see they're looking for a UI designer. This one will say they are looking for a UX designer. This one will say they are looking for a researcher, UX researcher. And I will explain the three of them, because you yourself, you're doing the three of them, but you don't know. Neither you are a UI designer or a UX designer or a UI UX researcher or a UX researcher. But you are doing the job of the three persons, but you don't know. But in Nigeria, we combine everything together. We did not, there's nothing like UX person, UI person. But most of the foreign jobs, they don't join them together. They separate them. So you have the advantage of applying for a UI. You have the advantage for applying for the UX job. And you have the advantage of applying for a UI UX researcher. Did you understand? Yes, because you have the three of them. You did get? So I'll start up with the guides of UI designer or UI design. So I don't know if my mouse. Let me just use it like this. So let's see what we have in this slide today. So we have we're checking what the what is UI UX design, followed by the basic requirements for you to become a UI UX designer. Then we'll also further up with more of it. What skills do you need to become a UI UX designer? That's another one that we'll still be checking. And then UI design tools and design a designer must master. Where can you learn UI UX design? Then where do we practice UI UX design? So this is just our content for today. And like I said, feel free to ask questions at any point in time, please. All right. So the first one we have there is the one I said, what is UI UX or UI design, sorry. Okay, before I go down to the slide, you can write if you actually want to. But I'll still drop the slide down in groups as well, so that everybody can have access to it. But the most important thing, please just listen, and if you have any question, do well to ask. So now I'll explain two ways, right? I will explain morning. I will explain in the way that you like, in the name and way. Then before I will now go to this. Now, what is the meaning of UI? The meaning of this UI there means user interface. Right? Yes, that's the meaning of that UI there. It means user interface. Now, when you're talking about user interface, we're talking about something that you can see. That's the interface, right? And it's something that everybody, as a user, you can be able to see. And in our daily lives, we are all UI UX designer. Now, how did you know putting on white and black is nice? Why not put on purple and green? Did you get? How did you know that this matches this? Most especially the ladies, they will tell you, how is it? Does it match? Did you get? Yeah. So the user interface is what you're saying. And now, these things you're seeing like this are all the interface. But when you come down to UI UX design, it's the way the designer creates for users to use and feel. Now, let's go down into this. Most of the applications we use on our Android phone, they all pass through the UI UX process before you move down to the developer. Now, in a corporate company, let me use an IT company. All right, in an IT company, if they want to develop an app, for example, Mr. Peter, right, has an idea whereby he wants to develop an app, but he's not an IT personnel, so he doesn't know anything about IT, but he just have this idea. What he's going to do is to look for an IT company that does Android app, right? And then when he gets there, he talks to them and said, this is my idea. And then they are going to pick his idea from him. And the first thing they are going to do with his idea, they are going to analyze his idea. So after the process of analyzing, then they will now move down to the user story. But before the developer will develop, this UI here has to be done. So now, the team and everything. So that is why in a corporate company, IT company, you'll see the graphics designer, you'll see a UI UX designer, you'll see a front-end developer, you'll see a full-stack developer, you see a cybersecurity person, you'll see everybody has their own departments where they belong to, you understand? So now, the UI person now will be the one to design the app. And by the end of the class, before the 6 weeks, you find out that you can develop an app and have it on your phone, but it's not yet developed, but it's just a UI UX thing. You can have it on your Android phone, and you find out that the functionalities and everything will be working, but just that you can't store data and every other thing like that. So now you can just carry that up and present to the client that this is how your application is going to look like when we are done developing. That's one thing we are going to achieve. So have it in mind from the beginning of the class. I do tell my students, one app that you will want to design for yourself. He might say that I want to design a bank app. He might say that I want to do this one. He might say that I want to do this. So there's going to be projects that we'll be doing. There's going to be semi-projects. How many of you have our own personal PC? How many of us have our own personal PC? Only you. No, I'm not saying. Okay, but you have. Do you have? You don't have. Do you have? Your husband should have now. Do you have? Your own is bad. Okay, fine. So it's crashed. Okay, fine. Yeah, but if you can lay your hands on one, it will still be nice, right? This program is just for 6 weeks, so you just need something that you can still work on, like in the long range. UI UX pay, forget. I don't want to talk much about it. So now the user interface. If you're using your bank app now, you're just seeing how it works, and you're feeling it. Once you click a button, it moves down here. Once you click on this one, it do this one. Once you click on this one, it moves down to this one. That is how you're feeling, focusing on the web design or the mobile app. So graphic design, designs the interface of a banner for us, flyer, right? And other things like that. But UI UX basically designed for the mobile app view and the website view. There's no website you will see today, neither WordPress or non-WordPress. There is a UI for it. So before the development is going to take place. So everything that we'll be doing in this period, of course, is just interface. Interface. Where the data is being stored is not our problem. You do get? It's just how the user is going to feel. And one thing you should have in mind, you're not designing for yourself. You're designing for people to use. So if you like purple color, you now decide that it's purple that I want to use. No, that's not how it works. Did you understand? You're not designing for yourself. You're designing for users. So you have to make it to be simple. We used to say simplicity is what? Is design. That's how we say it. Anybody that does design will tell you that simplicity is design. You don't need to combine 12 colors to make your design looks beautiful. You can have just 2 colors apart from black and white. We don't count them as colors. They're natural colors we use. Then any other 2 colors will be fine. So just the website and the mobile app. A website is building a website, and then mobile app is the app we have on our phones. Did you get? Yeah. So those are the 2 things we'll be working on. Some people always find it that they are in love with the website, the mobile app, and then they get lost with the website. No, this time around we'll be running around both the website and the mobile app. Let me say, for example, GTB Bank has an app, and they also have a website as well. But you find out that more of their functionalities are on the app, and less of the functionalities are on the web. That's the website. But both of them communicate together. Did you get? Yeah. So that is the 2 things that we are going to do. Now let's check the design principles here. Giving the users a control over the interface. Given users. Don't forget, no matter the stage you are in designing, neither in graphics design, in UI UX design, anything you're doing, you're not doing it for yourself. You're designing for users. Did you get? So you are giving the users control over your interface. You're not doing, I like brown color, let me use brown here. No, this orange color will be okay here and all of that. No. And you're making it to be simple that if someone at the age of 30, what was 30? At the age of 60, grabs your application, he can be able to navigate through without the help of anybody. Or if someone at the age of 10 grabs your application, or 15, he can be able to navigate through the app without the help of anybody. How many of you have seen Binance app? This Binance app. If they didn't teach you some aspect on it, you will not know how to use it. That's not user friendly. So when you say something is user friendly, it's something that a user can navigate through without the help of anybody. It can explain itself with ease. So that's where this giving the user control over the app. Number 2, reducing the memory and the burden of the user. Binance is not reducing my burden at all. It's even giving me a burden, because I'll have to look for someone that knows how to use it very well to be able to, please, how can I do this? Then the person is going to teach me. But what you're doing now, you're reducing the burden. One burden is, apart from the person, the person doesn't know how to use the app, but he can navigate through it. And the person can download the app and go through it without the help of anybody. Ease. Who were taught how to use the bank app? The mobile banking. Nobody was taught. Nobody. So now that is how we say something is what is user friendly. Since we are not taught, it's easy. Like just like OPay, OPay, PalmPay. You find everything is displayed there. As far as you can read, You don't need anything. Transfer money, airtime, data, electricity, and all and all and all. With just few clicks, you're done with whatever you want to do. That is pure user friendly. Then the next one is keeping consistency in design. I'll take a little time here because it's a bedrock. Consistency is this. Senator did not paint here purple and paint the other hall brown and paint another hall green and paint another hall. If you find out, Senator paint almost all the inside of the building this color. He kept consistency. He did not paint the roof white here and paint there blue. Did you get? Yeah. So consistency is maintaining that particular color, maintaining the particular button, maintaining the particular shape. Okay, let's check another consistency here. If you find out all the system here are what? Lenovo. You will not see HP, you will see Dell, you see, or you will not see what's it called? You will not see a chair here with green, the other one with brown. Yeah. If you check some designs, most especially when we are learning, that's why I said I'm going to spend more time here. When we are learning, we do things the way we like, but it affects so many people. I've been able to talk to them, and it's coming from their foundation. If you can understand the basics, that's why I said the first 2 lessons we are not going to touch computer, so that we understand very well. So when we start using it, we'll know what we are doing. So if you can understand that the tools we are going to be using, which is Figma, helps us to have an asset that we can use one particular size of button from the beginning of our app development till the end. One size of button. The same size, the same length. You understand? So it helps us do that. And also, it gives opportunity that we can have a color template that we're not using more than 3 colors or 2 colors from the beginning of our design to the end. So you don't have a button in the home page that is brown and come to the other page because you did not know the color of the first button, and then you choose something that is like brown and select it. No. Consistency is just maintaining that particular color from the beginning, maintaining that particular shape from the beginning, maintaining that particular font. Font is very important. Font. You see, font is very, very important. There are some fonts we don't use, and there are some fonts we use. Like I said, it's not a graphic design. So you're not expected to be using transcript. Transcript are all those fonts that is blah blah like this here. Those are transcript. So you don't expect to be using transcript in a simple design that you want them to see what is written at the bottom. You cannot be using transcript in the bottom. You understand? So the font, the size of the font, the button, and the color, the 4 of them. So if we can keep the 4 of them to be constant from the beginning of our project to the end, it's nice. Someone asks, how many fonts can I use all through in my project? Yes, you can use up to 2 fonts. Mags. Me, I said mags. Some people use 3, but I don't fancy it. But 2 fonts. Mags. Even if I do design, because I do design as well. Even while doing design, I don't use more than 3 fonts. Because the reason why I don't use more fonts is I just want to keep my consistency. So if I have a design that I'm doing, and the design have many contents in it, I just repeat the font I use there. I repeat it in this place. I repeat it, and then I keep my consistency, and then you find out that it's good to go. So consistency is what we should keep as a beginner. Consistency. We should keep as a beginner. So we will know how to follow that pattern to the end of the basic UI design requirement. Basic UI design requirement. So what are the basic things that is needed for us to have or to know that we need to have an idea of, or we need to have them? So see them. Have the basic knowledge of UI design. And now, what is the basic of UI design? The basic knowledge of UI design is user interface. How many of you have seen a banner and said this banner is not even fine? If you can see a banner and say this banner is not even fine, it's two things. It's neither you can do better than what the person did there. You understand? Or you have a better concept than what the person is having. Did you understand that? Yes. So if you can see a flyer, a banner that someone is having, and then you said, no, I wish this person can put this one before this one, or change this text is not supposed to be here, or so on. So, we have millions of graphics designers. If you see some banners, you will shed tears. If you see some banner, you will shed tears. You will cry. Because everybody is not having, there's what we call typography. I just want to digress a bit. There's what we call typography. Typography is how to manage font. It's a course on its own. Did you get? So, not knowing those things, you will just jump into design and you find them that they'll be doing anything. Please, this time we'll learn how to read as well. Right? We'll learn how to read. I'll drop some PDFs, or I'll just drop some links that you can just get some PDFs and read. Bet me, you can use your UI UX design to, like I said, do flyers. I designed for 2 churches in Gateway. They are not Nigerians. In Gateway and Berlin. Right? The 2 churches I designed, it's graphics, so not UI UX. Right? I designed for these 2 churches every week. It's every week design. Right? So now I designed for them. I might not want to use what's it called? Photoshop. I might decide to use the tools for UI UX, and I'll still get what I want, and I'll still deploy to them, because it's social media. It's just for, they are not printing it out. It's just for their pages on social media. And even though you want to print out, I will still do the same thing. Did you get? So that's why you're reading these materials, is just for you to have a good knowledge about typography, about colors, about design in general. Some years back, I did a course on design general, not just for UI UX design. I did a course on design general. You understand? So those is going to help you to work. Okay. So then learn to use the UI design tools. We have so many tools. What are the tools? Just like you have a carpenter. You ask the carpenter, what are your tools? He's going to tell you hammer, this one, that one, yeah. So we have so many tools. We have Figma. Many of you would have heard about Figma. Yeah, Figma. We have Figma. We have Adobe SD. Adobe XD, like this X, like this. Adobe XD. We have Protopie. We have Framer. Protopie. PIE, that's the Protopie. We have Framer. And we have Sketch. But Sketch is only for people that use MacBook alone. Sketch doesn't work for Windows. Sketch doesn't work for Windows. It's only for Apple laptop alone. Yeah. We have Sketch and so many of them like that. Those are tools that we can use to achieve our UI UX design. Know the design rules for each platform. So just like say rules and regulation, I've mentioned some of them. Don't use more than 2 to 3 fonts. Don't use more than 2 to 3 colors. No, don't use 3 colors, please. Don't use no more than 2 colors, you understand? And those are just the rules. You just need to keep. And if you can keep those rules, bet me, the learning stage is not always beautiful. If I still have my first design I did with PowerPoint. That time Figma wasn't out. I used PowerPoint. That's this PowerPoint I used to do this presentation. That was what I used to do my first UI design. I just want to do design. So I use it. So when I now come across this tool, then I now have to switch the design from it's looking anytime I see it, I'll just laugh. I'll just laugh. Yes, the beginning or your first design might not look to you, it's dope. Like it's the best. Yes, to you it's the best. But if someone that is good in it sees it, the person will just shake his head and said, fine. Yeah. You did get so, but it's not a problem because there's always a beginning. Yeah. So from there you find out that as you're progressing, you find out that your design is being you'll be enhancing your designs and it will be looking more beautiful, attractive, and cool. You get? Yes, looking more beautiful, attractive, and cool. And for the ladies, it's a plus for you. Most companies now are looking for ladies. They don't want guys again. I don't know what we did to them. Yes. They're looking for ladies. I'm privileged to manage a tech company in Umaya here. And it's ladies. They want ladies to be there, yes, because it's rare. We have guys doing the whole IT thing. No, it's ladies. Yeah. All right. So then understand the UI design process. The UI design process. We have it in our notes. I have it there. I don't just want to jump. So there's a process on how design is being done. There's a process that will follow. Did you get? So we gather, for example, we gather the requirement. Okay, let's start from making of researches. Gather the requirement. We'll move down to user stories. From user stories, we'll move down to low fidelity down to high fidelity designs. So that's the design process. You don't just the design process. You don't just jump into designs. If you find out professionals that does logo, they don't just jump into logo designing. They go into Adobe Illustrator and will start drawing. That's professionals. But all these ones that they are just coming, they'll just go there and just do one thing, and you still pay them. Did you get? Yeah. So we just have to go through all of that as well and see how it works. Okay, so how it works. Okay, so let's move further to the next one, which is the number 3 is what, please? Skills needed to become a UI designer. Forget about what I'm going to say there, but I don't think there's a skills needed. I don't think there's a skills. The reason why I say that is because I've been able to teach a mother of 3. A mother of 3 kids. Right? Okay, no, she was pregnant with the 3rd one when she opted for the course. So she gave birth before she finishes, like almost rounding up, she gave birth. So I used to call the child UI UX. So now if I'm able to teach a mother of 3 designs, then I don't think there's any skills needed. I don't think there's any skills needed. As far as you can read, you can write. Design. Those guys will say design eye. Design eye. Let me use that to say it. That's how to know when design is beautiful or nice. It's not something you build in one day. You understand? In the process of your reading, in the process of your practicals, more practicals, then of course you'll get it. So it's not something that comes just one day. Like I said, I started as I do a lot. I'm into web design, I'm into graphics, I'm into UI UX, I'm into data analysis. So these things are not something that just come one day. I started from small, like I started from, and then I start building it. Then with that, you find out that you're not becoming pro. It's just more practical. And I didn't read, to be honest. I took my UI UX course after I'm inside UI UX, after I've done live projects. After I've done several live projects. That they are online. They have so many of them on Play Store. Like I was inside before I now have to go and take some courses to know some of the things that I did not know. And I was able to have an interview with 2 companies like that in Lagos and all that. So there are some questions they asked me that year. I don't know it. So it was after that time I went to read, and then I find out that I missed some things and I have to go back. That's why I said we must read. And if possible, we have just 6 weeks for this. But 6 weeks cannot make us that UI UX person who wants to be. I must be sincere to you. That 6 weeks cannot make us that person who wants to be. So all we need to do is we have more of practice. We have the group. Mentorship can be there. How do I do this? We just post. Have I done this before? We post. Have I done this before? We post. So mentorship can be there. And if it's possible that you have your own system, then you dive into what's called a self-learning process. As far as you know the basics, then you can kick off from there. But I bet you, sell yourself. How? It's not fine. Your first design is not fine. Sell yourself. Put it on your status. Tell people this is what I do. They see the first one is not fine. They'll say the second one is not fine. They'll say the third one. They'll say, she's doing well. The third one, she's doing well. They'll contact you. The first white man I worked for, it was a student that gave me. You did get. So you don't know the next person that is looking at the status that will tell you, I have a project for you. How do we do it? I once have a student that got a project that he cannot do. So what did he do? He just merged with someone that knows how to do it, and they share the money. Dollars. You get? So don't think, no. I'm just learning and no. Just make sure you do it. So cultivate your sense of, that's why I said all this is just, I don't know it. But have it, user experience and interaction design. Yeah. Forget, all this is something that we learn. That's why I say I don't know it. As far as you can learn it, then you'll know it. It's something that you can learn. You're not born with it. I wasn't born with it. So I learned it. So you too can learn it to know it. Did you get? So it's just the skills. And moreover, it's not just the skills that I need to know. There are so many other things that is bigger than this that I will need to know. Just like I said. I'm going to give a pause now. Let me just talk more about UI UX design. Now, UI UX design is something that is very simple. Very, very simple. Like I said, simplicity is what? Design. So, if you can be able to align things equally, adjust things, merge 2 colors together, you're good to go. Let me ask a question. If I ask you, what colors go with red? What colors? White can go with red. What color goes with red? He said purple goes with red. Mrs. Amarachi, what color goes? Black goes with red. Is this Peter Amarachi? I'm trying to get your name. Peter, Mr. Peter, Mr. Amarachi, Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Chukwemeka. Mr. Chukwemeka, please, what color goes with red? White. Just pick one. Black. Who said black? Black. Okay, black. White. Purple, right? Yeah. Mr. Manuel, what colors go with red? Yellow. I know Mrs. Mrs. Joy. I don't know. Yeah, Mrs. Joy, right? I know Mrs. Joy. I don't know you. Sorry, what's the name? Mrs. Joy as well. So Mrs. Joyce's. So what colors goes with red? Sorry? Green can go with red. What color goes with red? White. Now, the question is, why did I choose red? Why didn't I choose what color goes with purple? Do you know what color that goes with purple? Now, I choose red because it's common. But I'm trying to tell you that you need to know how to do your research. That's what I'm just trying to tell you here. Yes, all you said is right. Red is a color that matches black, white, this one, that one. But I wonder if purple goes with red. Purple and red. Purple and red. I don't think they go, yeah. But white, black, what other color did you mention? Green. Can green go with red? No. So now, research is going to make you know the primary colors that we are having, the secondary colors that we are having. It was in primary school we learned all of that. Some of us do not even remember. You get? So know the primary colors we are having, the secondary colors we are having, and color combination. Color has families. They have their families. So you can match any of them together. So that is where research comes in. So research is another important thing that we need to do. Researching. Even up to my level in development, if to design, I'll still make research. The reason is because, one, I don't want to be outdated, right? I want to use the trending design pattern. So I will have to go and make research for the trending design pattern. So research is something we must do. And there are places we'll get design inspirations from. I'm going to list them now. Places we get images from. There are places we get inspirations. When I'm talking about inspirations, for example, I want to design, and I don't know how the interface is going to look. So for me to just have an idea about what I want to do, I will visit the site, then I will search for what I want to do there. For example, I'm designing, I want to do a login screen, a bank login screen, for example. Now, I'm confused on how to align the pictures and everything. If you go to, we are all familiar with www, right? www dot, we have uplapx, uplapx, uplapx.com. We can get inspirations from there. If you go to Dribbles, the B there is triple B, Dribbles, 3 B's, dribbles.com as well. We can get inspirations from there. And these inspirations are something that helps us. I remember the time I was working on a cab hailing app. That's like a boat. Like boats, yes. When I was working for such company, such app, I don't know how those cars, routes, you understand, and communicates with both the driver app. It has two apps communicating with each other, the driver app and the user's app. So I don't know how it communicates. I downloaded both. I downloaded more than 4 different hailing apps. I made search so that I wouldn't like miss anything or so. So what I'm trying to say is research is number one thing. No matter how good you are in design, you must make research. Researching is very, very nice, and it helps. Before I will ask you something, I would have find out if maybe I didn't get it online or I didn't see it anywhere, then I'll come and ask you. But I'll first of all find it first. That is why in my browser tab, you always see in Google. I don't really use this thing they call ChatGPT. I know me and I've never been familiar to each other. No, I don't really. It's nice, oh, it's nice, yeah. But I don't really want to put it in front of me. You can go to ChatGPT and tell it to design it. ChatGPT will just run the whole thing for you. But I don't want to do that. Did you get the point? I don't want ChatGPT to design for me. I want to design for myself. But if I'm having an issue on the text and then you're just writing text or others, and there's something that will say, tell us the reason why we choose you. You understand? Like those kind of things, they tire me. If I see I'm applying for a job and then you tell me, why did you think you are fit for this job? God, I'm so tired of so I can just pick up that thing there, took the question and then place it ChatGPT. And is anything you give ChatGPT, ChatGPT give to you. So ChatGPT on its own is a course that you have to know. There's something they call it command or keywords that you type in there that it gives you what you actually want. You understand? So we need to make our research very, very important. Please just have that in your mind. So, and okay. So let's see the tools. Just like I mentioned earlier, we have Sketch, Figma, InVision Studio, Markup, Framer, Flutter, Adobe XD. So they are like additional 2 or so I didn't mention then. So with this now, but I'm going to explain them one after the other, and then I'm going to tell you why we are using a particular one. Sketch, like I said, is only meant for people using Apple laptop. It's free as well. Figma is for both Windows and Apple. Figma was free some years back until Adobe XD bought Figma. And now they have added monetization. Let me use that word, monetization. Okay, subscription anyways, to some features in Figma. But before Adobe XD bought Figma, Figma was free. Like every features there were free. In Figma, before the payment thing comes in, you can be, 2 of you can be working on a project and be talking, and like on one particular project. But now, before that feature now is a paid this thing on Figma. Then InVision 2 is free. Now there are some designs. The subscription, I don't know because I've never subscribed for it. There's how I do my own. That's what I wanted to say. I use several tools. I can do from Photoshop, bring it to Figma. From Figma, I take back to Photoshop. Did you get? And then I work. But it's not that it's something that you cannot do. You understand? If it's going to take me 30 minutes to do it with Figma, and it's going to take me like 10 minutes to do it with Photoshop, I'll just take it down to Photoshop. I'll complete it there, then I'll bring it back. Did you get? Yeah. So then InVision as well, Vision Studio 2 is free, but it's not having all the features. most of the features that Figma is having. Then Mock Plus Cloud also is free, but not still having all the features as well. These two basically are more of interactions and what's this English they used to call interior decoration, Abby? That you used to design it to have a lot of animations and transitions. You understand? Just like how this place is fine. If the interior deco comes in here, it's going to change the whole thing, right? Yeah. So that's what these two guys are for. Then the framer also is free. Framer is free now. But I don't know what will happen tomorrow. Because people are jumping into framer now. Then this one also is free. This one was free before as well. You know Adobe now. Adobe, they have to put subscription in all their packages. This one was free as well. This is what I started with. Adobe SD. It was free. At a certain time, they added subscription to it. So from here, I jumped down to this place. Then I now learned this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. I just want to know how to use their interface. But this is the one we are going to be using because most of the features there are free and it's flexible. It's neither you're using it, you download the app on our desktop, or we're using the web. It has two features that we can use there. You understand? So it's very, very free. Very, very free. So that's Figma. That's what we'll be using for. But if you have time on your own personal PC, you can go and check their interface. XD. But this one, before you move to XD, you have to have Adobe Cloud installed on your PC as well. So they're just something that we can just play with. Maybe after the interface of the environment of Figma, they are using the same tools, like the pen tool, this one, the text and everything is also replicated in every other tools there as well. So it's not something that is their interface are not different from each other, just a little difference, which we can also play with. I've been talking for a while, so any question first before I continue?
Images.
Yeah, you have to use the mic, please. No, don't worry, just use the mic. Okay. Because of some persons are watching us online. Yeah.
Okay. When you talk about the researching, you mentioned inspiration, and when you mentioned inspiration, you said that there are some where we can talk about images. You didn't elaborate, and we're supposed to know the site where we can also get
I don't want to move that much because they are all in our notes. Then we don't digress. Okay, for the image, you have oh good. For the images, can I continue? We have Pinterest. We have Pinterest. We have Pinterest. Pinterest. They have so many sites for images. Some of them even stock, but you have to pay. You understand? You have pixels as well. You understand? So there are so many of them which you have to pay for the image. But I'll just show you a few tricks I use. But I can't show you now because it's still, but I'm going to show you. You can just jot it down there and I'm going to show you the few tricks I use. If you go to those paid sites where they have images that are paid, if you download them, there'll be a watermark. There'll be a watermark in this image. There's how we remove the watermark. Don't worry. No. You don't need to pay. You download it free. You can download it free. The only thing there is, if you pay for it, though, you can choose the size you want, right? But this one that you're not paying for it, you're not going to choose the size that you want. So it's the size that they gave you. And if you're okay with the size, then you're free to go. So you download it, but it's going to have those watermark. But there's how to take it out. But don't worry, it's not now. It's not now, you understand? So That's where you can get images, and images are designs. The higher resolution of image you get, and I have an image that is blur. If you present your own design, it looks more better than mine because I have a blurry image representing something, and then you have a very good image. Even icons, we're going to be using more of icons as well, but there's where we get those icons from. We can have a plugin in Figma that helps us get those icons. A plugin is an external resource attaching it to Figma, where we can get those icons from. Some icons are also paid. Even some fonts are paid. Some fonts are also paid. Professional fonts are paid. Now, when you don't know, there's no how you want to get it. You have to buy it. You just see more of those free fonts in Google Fonts. You understand? 1001 fonts and so many my fonts and all of that. Then you get the free ones. But professional fonts that have been paid for. Icons, professional icons have been paid for. So most of those things is something that you have to pay. But if I see an icon that I want to use as professional that we're going to become, I don't need to buy that thing. I can design my own icon. Yes. So we have a lot to learn. So we can design our own icon. So any other question, please? So the UI design tools, we've talked about the UI design books. Just like I said, more reading. 2 times in a week, I guess we should be able to use the remaining 3 days in a week to cover. If it's 1 week per book, we should be able to cover up. As you're reading, you're jotting. Because some days it's going to come where I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to sit down there and then I'll give you what to do. Yes, it's purely practical. This is not biology class. Biology is even practical. Yeah, you understand? Yeah. So something that just purely practical. I'll just display here. I might display a login screen. I'll ask you to do it better than what I have. So the systems are all connected to the internet. All you need to do is implement what you have been taught, like all what I'm saying now. You make your research to get a very nice login screen that is finer than what I have on the screen. You understand? And then you just do it. So it's just only, for those that are just coming, it's just only today and on Thursday that I'll be talking much like this. From next week Tuesday, I will not be talking much. It's pure practical. I wish my system can be here so that I will not be going there and coming, but I'll still have to sit down there, be talking from there, and then you'll be seeing it. So I'm not going to do as I do. There are some people that learn like that. Do as I do. Do you know the meaning of that? As I'm doing, you are doing. It's limiting you. No, I don't do that. It's limited. It's limited to my own knowledge. I draw a curve. You too, you draw a curve. I draw this thing. I'll show you how I did mine. I'll show you the whole process. Then I'll leave it. I'll tell you to create yours. Yours must be finer than mine, better than mine. I don't know how you want to do it, but you can perform miracles. Yes, you can perform miracles. Yeah. So that is how I do. That's how I do. I'm sorry to say this. I'm a bit nutty in corrections. I don't correct friendly. I correct harshly. And the reason why I correct harshly is for me to put the best out in you. If I come here and say, Peter, it's not fine though, Peter will assume maybe it's okay. But if I'm not laughing with him and I said, Peter, what's this rubbish? Did you understand? Peter, we know that he has a mistake done. You understand? Yeah. So that's it. So get inspirations from UI UX design website. So just those sites where we get inspirations from. Yeah. And if it's possible, on our social medias, on Facebook, you can join UI design groups. You do get on Telegram. is it Instagram? You can follow people that into UI UX. How many of you are on LinkedIn? LinkedIn. Cool. LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn. You follow some people also that are into UI UX design, and you see them post things, post some things. You read, and so yeah. So you have just to follow them. There's a guy following LinkedIn. The guy will design UBA app. Yes, LinkedIn. The guy will design UBA app. If you see the app, like just normal, what's it called? Figma. He will design UBA app, and you just go there, ask him questions. All we do is go there, ask him questions. He was not paid to do it. What he's trying to do, he's trying to sell himself out. Did you get? I've picked up a project where nobody asked me to do bugger something. When we start doing Figma, I'll show you some of my projects. I picked up the project and I did it, and then I apply some transactions where when you flip, the thing just turn, do some animation and everything with Figma. I was just trying to sell myself out, and then I posted there. The first time I posted this thing, and then the reviews were just coming from nowhere. How did you get the transaction? How did you do this? How did you do that? And my head is big. My head on the big. Yeah, so those people post those things so that you can ask them questions and how they do it. So if you follow them, once they post more of those things, you see them as well. So you can still follow companies in Twitter as well. They're into IT and all of that. When you follow them, you get updates from them. Updates. Then, who else? Presently, in Abia State, I'm sorry to say this, if you go to DeckFlock, just like I'm putting on, they talk more of development, they don't talk more of designs. Yes, what is wrong? If I'm privileged to be there, I'll make that corrections. They don't talk more of designs. They look down on designs because more of them is being sponsored by Google and is more about development. No. If you go somewhere like Calabar, Port Harcourt, you will see them doing tech flock, but just talking more about design. And they have communities as well. When I mean communities, group of people join together. This time they have a get together, a meeting, and they talk more about the latest things in design. So if you can get yourself in those groups on Facebook and any other social media platform, just from the beginning, you're not posting anything, right? You're learning. Even in LinkedIn, you see someone that is learning. The design is not fine, but the person is going to post it there, and is going to ask for your review, user's review. And then you see this is someone telling her, this one is not aligned, this one is not aligned. All those things that we are doing, we are just trying to get corrections and know how people feel about what we are designing. I discriminate a lot. I discriminate. What I mean is, I condemn designs a lot, and there's a reason for it. I'm not doing it because I'm happy doing it. I'm doing it because I know the stage you are, and if you're more than this stage, I know that you should do better than where you are. Just for an example, you and Mrs. Amarachi, and Mrs. Amarachi goes home and designs something that is better than you. You with my guy. You can't show me waiting no fine. Like, I'm not going to tell you that what you did is not good. I will just highlight everything and I will delete. And I'll tell you to start over again. Hope you'll not be angry. Tell me, hope you'll not be angry. You will not, Abby? Yes. You will for the beginning, you will. Yeah, but when you find out that when you now redesign it, you will now design something that is better than the other one. Yes. I once have, last year, I once have a father, I don't know how many kids he's having, that does UI design as well. You get the point. So, first of all, I respect him, but I tell him that if he really wants to do this thing, that he must practice. So I forced him to wake up a particular time every night to work. As for last 2 months, he told me that on LinkedIn he applied Money Point. Had an interview with him. Money Point. You know, be Money Points. So you see, so all I do most is I force the best out of you. I know we're not having our laptop now, but very soon, you understand? You spend how many hours? How many of us have a laptop? How many hours do you spend in the system, sir? 8 hours per day. Me, eh? Let me not talk. Yeah. Yes, please.
I wanted to ask, like, can someone combine it with other activities, like learning this thing, even like mastery of this skill now?
Yes, of course. You can.
Okay.
Did you get? Yes. I'm doing I'm doing development. I'm doing UI UX. I'm doing graphics. There's something called time management, right? And I'm still learning. There's something called time management. You know the time that you're supposed to do something. You know the time that. So what we do is, okay, for example, last night, I think I slept around after 3 or so. And this morning, I don't even wait for 6 to my alarm to ring, because I'm just used to it. My body is now used to it. Even though without the alarm, with the alarm probe, that time, something must wake you. So I woke up, and when I check the time, I know I still need to do something at that time. You still open the laptop again and start doing. So time management now, no matter what you're doing, you're a businesswoman, you're a businessman, if you decide that every 2 hours, every day, I want to spend with my laptop, you're going to achieve what you want to do. With time to come, nobody will tell you. The time will increase on its own automatically. The more you're getting used to it, the more is interesting to you, the more the time frame will extend. Did you understand? My first day when I was 7, I served the Numaya here, and I was serving in an IT company, and their work time was from 8 to 5. I sat from 8 to 5 for the first time in my life, and I was like, what is happening here? Is this something I can do? You did get, I will feel like, I'll feel sleepy. I want to do something. I'm not this kind of person sitting in one place. But with time, my body adjusts to that particular system. And now I'm this kind of person that I don't really have the 8 hours night rest again, just because of system. You get, so you find out that your body will adjust to it. Anything you're doing, that man says after the whole thing, playing with his children, goes to bed, he allows them to sleep. Everybody don't sleep. He wakes up, he carries his laptop, he starts working. He's a family man, he's a businessman as well. Yes, he has a shop. Yes, he picked out some days that I'm going to call for my classes. He goes for his classes. Just like everybody here is working. Bringing out 2 hours to come here, they know what they are doing. So once achieving this, they know what they are doing. Everybody here is working as well. You understand? So it's possible, and you can achieve it. You can achieve it. If Ms. Amarachi gets the children to sleep at night and then carries her laptop, and she knows she has to wake up on time in the morning for school runs, so she knows, okay, fine, 2 hours she'll be fine. After that 2 hours, I close it. I achieve something. So the following day again. You understand? Yeah. You wanted to ask another question? How?
Like, after learning all this, because I've ventured into learning front end,
Okay.
and to find out that after 3 months, like, I couldn't even like get maybe a gig or something. I just left it and ventured into something that could give me So
Okay.
my own is not learn this thing. If it's to learn it, I can put. But then I will not lie to you. I'm after how can someone be established through this skill? It's not learning it, saying yes, so I'm a this, I'm a that. I've learned.
Okay.
from the
You
efforts
learned.
of
Sorry. What's the name? Sorry.
Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Mike, you learned for 3 months and you want to make money. Mr. Mike, you learned for Mr. Mark, you learned for 3 months and you wants to make money.
No, like like at least maybe even if it's an internship that is paid.
Okay,
or
let
learning
me
on the job.
tell you something first,
Yeah.
Mr. Mike. When it comes to IT in general, there are more people better than you there. So what I would advise you do is this. I stayed 1 year plus. I didn't get a gig one. But what happened? I did not relent. The reason why you learned front-end development is because of money. Did you get? So he could not run with it because he learned front-end development because of money. Mr. Emmanuel now is not learning UI UX because of money. He said something earlier. And the same thing Peter. Mr. Peter said something earlier as well. You get? That's why I always ask that question. Why do you want to learn this? So you will know how you can't compare your own speed now with his speed because he has passion for it. Even though he didn't get a gig for 2 years, he still keep on learning. He will still keep on learning. Because you now, because you stayed for 6 months, no gig, you will now relax. Him is still learning, adding more skills to himself. When the gig will come, you find out that he's going to have that work done with ease than you. Did you get? So when you're learning any skills, don't put money forefront. If you're chasing the money, you're looking at the money and you're chasing it like this, no, you won't get there. you won't you won't get there. You understand? The fact is, develop yourself to a standard, join a company. Work. Did you do freelancing? No. Yes. No. You see? You didn't do freelancing. Freelancing is where you get a job, you do it for free. You won't get any money. But at that point in time, you're not wasting your time. You're learning. You don't do the internship. Where do you do your internship? No. No. You get. So what you have done is okay, I did freelancing on graphic design for years. I did not, it's none of my business. Let me just do it for you. You did get. So after that, now I'm the one giving, like, people that I've trained, I've given them job. Yesterday, I gave one of my boy job of 30K. I said, guy, I can't do this thing. Just do it. And he was happy that he got a gig of 30,000 naira. There's some player that will come and say, guy, I can't do this thing. Just take it. Just do it. Not that I don't need the money, but I'm just trying to let you know that what you didn't make a mistake doing it. That there's money in it. A night, I can do the job of that 30K. A night. I already have the template there. It's Brandon. I'll design the logo. Once you pick it up, I'll just brand it. I already have my template there. Just change the whole thing one night, and I'll get the money. But I just need to keep him busy and let him know that there's money in it. So that's why you'd have done freelancing. Freelancing would have helped you. Don't look money front in anything you're doing. Please. It's not going to help. You will learn it in a money way. Do you know how you learn in money way? Fast. You fast, because you just need the money. Any other person here is learning because of money. When it will start paying you, you forget the years that you've spent. You forget the years. The first contract I have in UI UX for me, that was I think which year was that? I can't really remember. The man is Lagos Light today. Like the app indicates the environment that has light. It's an app. So when I told the man 200K, the man said that is fine. I push shirt. Did you get? I put my shirt. 200K, say it's fine. I was happy. Did you get? Because I've been running freelance where they will not give you data, they will not give you anything. I've been running freelance, and then I hit the person 200K, and the person chested it. I was happy. And from there, it started going. Now I can't do freelance again. The what's it called? The fintech app I did, just like Money Point and others, almost $1 million, just for the design alone. Almost $1 million. You did get? So you will forget that. You don't forget I'm saying you have done freelance for years. You do understand? So please, Mr. Mike, no, you better change, please. You better change. Okay. So the UI design tools we still there. Practicing on UI UX contract work. Now, this contract work must not be paid. It's related to what we're just saying. It mustn't be paid. You might pick up a contract work on your own, like the first Mrs. Joy here might said, okay, I do bake, so let me just design an app for my baking stuff. Or I have a brother that is into photographing, let me just design him. Or if I have a cousin that is into barbing hair, let me just do home delivery, home service thing for him and all of that. You find out that the more you're doing those projects, and those projects are not a waste, you're building your portfolio. Because if Mr. Emmanuel wants to give me a job now, he's going to tell me, let me see your portfolio. Did you get? So my portfolio is what's going to speak for me. So I'll just send him my portfolio. So he doesn't care if those designs that are there are real or not. Some years back, I applied for a job abroad, and then they said I will show them 6 of my projects that is live, and I only have 3 then. Not that I didn't qualify you, but I have to show them 6 of my job. I'll show them the UI from my UI file, and then I'll send them the link to the job online. But I only have 3. And if you see the pay is changing life. So those things are building your portfolio. 1 minute, please. They are building your portfolios. So you're building those portfolios with those projects you're doing. They are not a waste. As you're starting, the first project, or I call them pet projects, and then I have main project, I have pet project. Those projects you're doing, they are not of a waste. You build it, and you have it, you still keep it to your portfolio. You do get? We have a place where you can build free portfolios, and you just copy the link and send to someone and said, see this is what I'm into. And the person will see your name, UI, UX design, and that's all. Yes, you want to ask a question? Yes, you can share. You can work as a team. The beginning thing I said UI, UX. UI is different. UX is different. User structure is different. Now, these 3 of them works as a team, but in Nigeria, it's just 1 person. Did you get? Now, if I finish my interface, the work of the UX guy is to do the connection of the screens together. Did you get? That's the UX person. Like, if you're designing, you have different screens. And the UX person is going to be the one to connect those screens to each other, adding transitions and animations and everything to it. If there's anywhere they want this thing to be bouncing, he will be the one to do all of that. Me, I have worked with the researcher, gathering the information. Now, the UI, working with the UX person, completing the system. So that's a team. You can work with a team and you're still included in that project as far as you took some particular role in that project. And some company will ask you, what role did you play? That's their question. You said, okay, fine, I designed, okay, this app, what role did you play? You're going to tell them, I'm the UI person, or I'm the UI UX person. Did you get? You can, like we are still going to do teamwork. 3 of them or 4 of them can work on a project. Doesn't mean the project belongs to one person. No, it belongs to the 4 of them. And the 4 of them there can share the project anywhere. Okay, if you're talking about that, what about the developer? What will the developer now do? The person that will develop the project, him too is going to say he's the one too that did the development, right? Yeah, so it's a teamwork. And you can share your teamwork anywhere as far as you partook inside. Right? Yeah. All right, so practice on your own. Very important as well. Practice on your own. You see the same thing at getting a, like how I do then, I'll just pick a project. I'll just pick a design. And then I'll just redesign. The way they did it, I said, this thing is kind of complicated. I don't know how to do. Okay, let me try. And then I'll do it. Just like I said, from next week, it's pure practicals. We'll just see. I'll just be telling me, by then we'll not scatter like this. So we might just be in a run so that I will not be running all around. So all of us can be here, and then I'll just be going around and we'll be inspecting. Thank God we are not much. And then I'll be inspecting. With that, you find out that you just said, okay, fine, we are doing social screen today. Tomorrow we are doing social screen. Then we'll merge them together. You find out that the process is going and is going and is going. By the end of it, you have a project. You did get? Yeah. So that is it. For more of tutorials, YouTube is there. YouTube. All of us know YouTube now. Yes. For more of tutorials, YouTube is there. YouTube helps us as well to get so many tutorials that we want. If you're searching how to design a login screen with Figma, you search it on YouTube, it's going to give you a video that you can watch. And it's a step-by-step video on how to do it. You do get? Yeah. There is nobody that does. It's part of research I mentioned. We all make research. Even me. Before I design for the church every week, I go to check other churches' design that they have done. I want to be better. So I don't want them to say, okay, fine, he's doing one particular design for us. If I'm doing UI UX, I used to combine like four people design creativity to be one. So tell me, why would my design not fine? I'll combine up to 4 people. Your idea. I'll combine everything. I'll give you one. And when you see the project, you don't even know that this particular aspect, it was your own idea I used to be one. Because I make research, then I draw, I do my thing, then I give you. So you kind of like it. Questions? Sorry, what's the time, please? Yeah, questions. Let's talk. I'm not going to run through the second slide now. Okay, let me see if I can run through the interface of Figma. We have, what's the time, please? 11:38. Okay, let's just show the interface. Questions. I'm still waiting for the questions. 11:46. Yeah. So questions. Let's ask question, please. Please help me. Let's ask questions. I'm waiting. Or should I ask? Should I ask my own question? No, if you ask question, you're free to ask, please.
So, sorry.
You asked a lot of questions, anyways. Okay, go ahead.
So, this UI UX now, is it unique in his own way? Like someone delving into this, can he comfortably compare himself with? Is there comparison, or is it broad in his own way as programming and as cyber security, all these other spheres of tech?
Okay. IT in special is broad. So they are different. Just like you have okay, let me use if you go to government house, it's very big, Abby. And inside government house, there are different sectors inside government house, Abby. You will see this place, and this place. All of them are large. They are big. Now, each of them are big in their own way. Did you get? Now, UI UX is large. Cybersecurity is also large. Web development is also large. Did you get? Yeah, all of them are large in their own ways. So you can't say this one is very large than this one. No. Did you understand? Yes. So question. Even the mic, please.
My question is this. It's not really for the teaching. My question is this, most of us are coming very
Yeah.
I think during the registration, there was a room here we select how we want to join. And I don't know if many of us that are coming from a very far place,
Yeah.
how we can learn, like you said my next week, because to be honest, I really wanted to, if the practice start today, because I'm coming from a very, very far place.
Okay.
Coming and going for that 6 weeks, unless if the class is maybe something important. Like today, they said that coming for the first time is really important, and based on the information passed to us.
Okay.
Now, I want to know if there will be a virtual class. If you are doing it, who people that are not here, if there is a way they can transmit it either through Google Meet or Zoom or even WhatsApp, so that, because I will not promise you that tomorrow
you'll be here.
I'll be here, or
okay,
Tuesday I'll be, because if I calculate my transport today going back, I'm going to spend more than 10,000, 11,000 going back where I'm coming from.
Okay.
And I don't think it will be very nice.
Nice for you, yeah,
I
understand.
if there will be a room, I like learning even virtually.
Okay, so thank you. If you notice, you've seen a camera here, I've seen a camera there. It's on YouTube presently. They're always sharing the link on the group as well. As we are talking here, the way you not see the link? No, yesterday the link was dropped on the group as well. The cybersecurity link was dropped on the group. Okay, I think it's coming to show you now. As I'm talking, it's there. See it. Are you hearing yourself? No. In the general group, it's not your own group. In the general group, it's there. So the links are always there, so you can learn. The only thing is, if you're asking question there now, how we can't get it like ASAP, like immediately, until our attention is being, like they drag our attention to someone has a question. Did you get a point? So that's just the only disadvantage. I know you're coming from a very far place. You can still learn. Some of us watch, we do buy course online, and then we watch it, and then we still learn. So on the group, you can still ask questions there. Then if nobody in the group can answer, then the next thing for us to do is for me to answer the question. Do you understand? Yeah. So the distance is not a barrier. That's why Senator said he doesn't want the distance to be a barrier. You get, we are more than this in numbers. We are more than this in numbers, but I guess some of them are viewing from from afar, so they don't need coming. Any other question? That's fine, right? So that you can get it. Yeah, you can get it. It's on YouTube, so you can get the link. Any other question? Seems there's no question. You want to be asking? Yes, we still have a few minutes left, so you can ask.
To sharpen yourself, yes, you talked about scheduling, but how much time, how long hours should someone? Can you maybe just expatiate? If someone wants to sharpen himself, maybe by the next 5 days, wants to excel in this field.
Okay.
Apart from scheduling, how long should the person, a week or a day? Can you just shed more light?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mike. Depending on your schedules, your daily activity is different from my own daily activity. Did you get? So, you know how busy you are in your daily activity. It's different from, okay, fine. If I use mine to tell you how you should be, it might be too hard for you. You do get? At first, all you just need to do is just develop the habit of spending time with your system. That's the number one thing. And after that, you find out that you will grow with the time frame. You understand? So if you start with 1 hour, you might be sleeping in that first 2 days, that 1 hour, but you persist. That's where discipline comes in. You persist that I must do this thing. You find out that before you finished 1 to 2 weeks, you're moving more than 1 hour, and then you're moving to 2 hours. So if 2 hours is comfortable for you, you can. If 3 hours is comfortable for you, I give myself every day to make sure that I have at least 4 hours to 3 hours for learning. Reading, learning. Reading, learning. So that does not stop the time of doing the office job, of doing my work or any other thing. Doesn't stop me. But I give myself 2 to 3 hours every day to read or to learn. Read anything that is going to add to you. It's not compulsory, it must be a UI UX book. I read anything, any book that is going to add to me. You do get? So if I do that, then if you want to do that, your own might not start with 3 hours. Your own can be 1 hour as well. So just like I said, your schedule, maybe you work here from 8 to 5. You get out to the house, your compound does not have water, you still have to go and fetch water. Don't forget. You finish fetching water, they'll tell you to come and do this one, to come and do that one. You want to rest. Before you know, it's up to 8. So if 8 is the time for you to rest, I have a barber that stands like the barb from morning till that kind of evening. He go to the house by that 7:30, and he's doing front-end development in the office. So from the beginning, at first, he wanted to quit. I called him. I said no. Because all he does is when he gets to the house, he wants to open the system immediately. I said no, it doesn't work like that. And once you open the system, you start sleeping. So I said no, it doesn't work like that. When you get to the house, rest, eat, bathe, sleep. Yes. Sleep and wake up around at 2, 3. And then you start. From that to 3, you can do it to 6. Then you get ready for work, and then you move. So when he did the first day, the second day, you notice it's working for him. That was how he kicked off. Do you understand? So depending on your schedules. Any other question? Yeah, you want to ask? Yeah, the lady is asking. The first lady. It's Joy. Joy is asking. Mrs. Joy. Take the mic, please.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is it all physical here?
Yeah, the 6 weeks is neither physical or visual. That's online or physical, but it's ending the same day the physical is ending. I'm talking about the visual, so it's still same day, like same time frame for both the physical and they have batch by batch. You're lucky to be in the first batch. The second batch is still going to come next year, and so on and so on and so on. Really good. So and they are picking up the best, just like you guys are now. They're going to pick the best. They're going to give the best that has a huge award for at the end of the 6 weeks. And if the person is willing, I can invite the person to come on the second batch and then give him the privilege to handle one or two things. Yeah, that's how I do. Do you know what teaching helps you do? It helps you stay strong and fit in what you're doing. Yeah. So everybody just need to put their best in. There's a big award for, I think, is it the first 3 or the first 2? I can't remember. There's a big award. It's going to wow you. It's going to wow you. So neither physical. It's like you're coming from a far place. Where? We still don't know my hair. You're coming from where? Where? Imo State. Did they come from for you? Why not give the slot to somebody else? Where you coming within my hair? Within my hair. Downtown. Where in downtown? But within my hair. Downtown within, not Abia. Not Abia, okay. Mr. Emmanuel, within my hair. Abba. Wow. So we have Mr. Emmanuel coming from Abba. Mrs. Joy. Abba. Where? Holy Jesus Christ. How? That's far. But that's what's called sacrifice, anyways. Yeah, that's what's called sacrifice. So you just see how. I'm not saying you can't make it, but you see how it's be comfortable for you. If it's comfortable for you to come, fine. If it's not comfortable for you to, but the fact is, if you're not here and you have your PC, then you have to be online, and you can still grab it as well. But just like I said, the only challenge is where others are asking question, you might not get it that time. Your might be later. Did you get? All right. Any other questions, please? All right. In the absence of none, my name is, I know because of 2 of you, the 2 Mrs. Joyce. Okay, wait, you want to introduce myself? No, okay. My name is Divine. Divine, yes. So I'll be the Joy is the one in charge of the group, so you can talk to Mrs. Joy anytime you want. She's the one in charge of the group. Sorry? You were added in the group. Maybe you change your course. Maybe you change the course. You understand? So, but we all are in the UIUS group, right? Yeah, so we can drop our materials there as well. Tonight, not like now, because after now I'm going to the office. Tonight, I will drop some things there. Any other question? All right, thank you very much. God bless you. See you. For the physical students, see you on Thursday. For everybody, see you on Thursday. So the time is 10. So by that 10, you should be, either with your phone, you should be by 10. Yes. Or is 9 okay for us? Or 10?